would think this was taken after they were married.
So this is a picture of your parents after they were married. Now, tell me about them, and let's go over again how they met and how old they were.
I don't know how they actually met. I would think they were either part of a large group of children. As you know, in those days the families were so big that everybody had a friend in a similar age group to one of the people that you were related to. They met when she was 16, I'm told.
And how long did they date before they got married? Or did people really date? What was that like then?
You know, I don't know. I imagine it was less costly than it would be today. Everything was on such tight budgets that I think they only did things that were free.
And how long before they got engaged and then married?
I don't know. They were married when she was 16. So it must not have been too long.
And how old was she when she had Vera?
17.
And had you?
18.
And you had told me once about the house. Tell me about the house that you lived in and the bathroom situation.
Well, there was one bathroom outside. You had to go outside in the dark, down the path, and there was an outhouse. I don't remember any of my friends having an indoor bathroom at that time.
And when did you get the indoor bathroom?
When we moved, when I was about 7, we moved to a house that had an indoor bathroom. That was a really big deal.
And did they use toilet paper or newspaper, or what did they use back then?
They used everything, actually. They used toilet paper, was very rare. Mostly the thing they used a lot of, as I remember, was oranges were wrapped in a piece of paper, light tissue, but maybe poorer quality. And they used to pull the papers off the oranges and put them on a hook, and people used that for toilet paper.
Mm. Interesting, I never knew that.
Mm.
What else do you remember about growing up and being a kid in Manchester?
It was pretty steady. When you got up, you went to school, you came home. I was lucky I had a sister that was 18 months older than myself. And we always did things together. But everybody came from a big family. If you didn't have a lot of brothers and sisters, you had a lot of cousins.
Was having just 4 of you considered a lot, average, or small?
It was considered average, actually, in those days. Very few families were less than 3 or 4. But most of them were 7 or 8. Not my generation, the generation before me. My generation, they really started having smaller families then.
And what did your father do for work?
He was a film salesman, sold movies to movie theatres. And we loved it because we always got him free.
How did he get involved with that?
How did he get involved with that?
Do you know?
I don't know. All the boys of that age group, they were young men, I suppose, became film salesmen.
The men in your family, or all just men of that particular age?
Men of that particular age, I think.
And
it was a new business in those days.
And what else do you remember about growing up? What was most memorable, besides the bathrooms?
I really don't know. Everything seemed so normal at that time. You went to school, you came home, you played with your friends or your sisters, did your homework. There was always a lot of homework.
And did you think about pursuing anything in math because you're so good in math? Or what were the options for women back then?
For women, there was very few options at that time. I remember my parents coming to school for open house, and the teacher talked to my parents about me going to college, and they thought that was hysterical, because women never bothered going to school.
And did they tell you that later, or did you know that at the time?
At the time, it was more or less a joke in the family that Muriel's teacher wanted her to go to college.
How old were you when that came up?
Well, in England in those days, the education was different. You went to school, and when you were 11, you took exams, and that determined whether you went on to school or you went to a trade school and learned a trade. So at 11, you took all these exams, and that really made your future for you, except most girls who should have gone to college never went because it was considered a waste for a girl to go to college. They're going to get married and have children anyway, so why waste the time and the knowledge?
If you were growing up now, what would you want to do for a career?
I think if I was growing up now, I would want to do something where people who can't afford to go to school could go to school. Because I think there was a lot of wasted talent in those days.
Interesting. Well, we'll wrap up this one and we're going to move on to another photo.